Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach, and today I am driving a 2018 Chevy Sonic hatchback. Up front is a 1.8 liter inline-4, and down below is a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now, I am super excited to be driving this Chevy Sonic because I actually just got out of a pre-facelift Chevy Sonic. I've driven a handful of these before, and I do think that this is an economy car, but not a very boring one. And so today I'm excited to share with you the fact that you don't have to spend all the money in the world to put a smile on your face behind the wheel, and I think this is a good option. But if you'd like to submit your own vehicle and have it reviewed here on the channel, you can head on over to my website, zachpradel.com/submit. It's a quick and easy submission form. It takes under a minute to fill out, and I come out to you. And if you'd like to see all my videos weeks or sometimes months in advance, you can head on over to my Patreon for only $5 a month. Last but not least, huge thank you to North Naperville Autos for letting me borrow their Chevy Sonic in today's video. More on them towards the end, but if you'd like to browse their inventory, you can do so down in the description below. But let's get back to that 1.8 liter inline-4. Well, it isn't anything too special. It's a gasoline dual overhead cam engine. This was the base engine. You could also get a 1.4 liter turbo as the upgraded option that made a whopping 0 more horsepower. That's right, it also made 138 horsepower. However, that made about 25 more pound-feet of torque, so it was a lot more sporty, or a little bit more sporty at least. This 1.8 is fine. It sips on gas. It's relatively reliable enough, and you shouldn't have much issues with it. Now, like I said, paired to it is a 6-speed automatic transmission, and to be honest, the only thing I'm really doing with it is just shouting from the rooftops that it's not a CVT. Chevy and GM dabbled with CVTs throughout the 2000s, and they still dabble with them here today. It's hit or miss what models end up getting it and what models end up not. But they skipped it for the Sonic, and I'm happy to see that. Last but not least, of course, the Chevy Sonic is front-wheel drive, and they were never offered with all-wheel or rear. How does it feel to drive the Chevy Sonic? It leaves a little bit to be desired. Although it is somewhat sporty-ish, you can bang it off redline, it'll do it. It's very rental car-y. However, just after getting out of the 2016, they made some massive improvements for 2018. It feels a lot more refined, it works better, it drives better, and I'm happy with it. Visibility's okay. Obviously, that hatchback does impede the visuals a little bit, but it handles itself well on the road, and honestly, I could see this as a little highway car if I needed it to be. With that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have 3 gauges. Off to the left is my fuel, tachometer, and speedometer. This is updated over the pre-facelift that was a sort of motorcycle style. This feels a lot more normal, a lot more modern, and I like that a lot. On the steering wheel, on the left, we do have our cruise control settings, and off to the right, we have our voice commands, phone options, volume, and source. Off to the left, we do have a climate control vent with the headlight switch and gauge dimmer switch, and moving out of the door, we have lock and unlock, power mirrors, and power windows. Moving into the center, we get 2 climate control vents and an infotainment display. So not only does this mean it does get a backup camera, now all 2018 models and up are legally required to have backup cameras, but it was an option earlier in the Sonic's life. It became standard in 2017. You also have Apple CarPlay, which was a fantastic feature for the era. We do get some buttons for that screen, like power, skip track, phone, and home. Down below, we have our lock and unlock, hazard switch, and climate controls. Temperature off to the left, fan speed in the center, and where to send it off to the right. Then we do get 2 USB-A's and an aux input down below. Then we have the shifter in the center, pretty plain Jane shifter, nothing interesting going on here. Traction control off, and our cup holders, so we will do a big friggin' bottle test. And what's interesting is that the pre-facelift Sonic passes, but the post-facelift fails. However, the door pocket does have a bottle holder, and so at the end of the day, the 2018 Sonic does pass, but not in the same spot that the 2016 did. So that is overall a pass. Then we get a 12-volt outlet moved to the back of the cup holders where it was in front of the cup holders in the pre-facelift. And the seats are cloth. They have red accenting to them, which I quite like. think it works well enough and looks good enough. But they are manual to not only keep the weight down, but also some cost savings there. However, speaking of seats, we do have back seats. So let's go do a back seat review. So something weird is that the Sonic actually had door handles up here for the hatchback. Kind of odd, but once we are getting back here, as you can tell, it's not going to be very fun for me. And I was correct. My knees are being jammed into the seat in front of me. Now, we do have some nice stitching here on the seats. We do have a cup holder and a light, but that is pretty much it. Oh, the light doesn't want to work. Okay, so really we're just down to the cup holder and I'm barely holding on to that. Knee room isn't good, but headroom is good. That is something nice about the hatchback, is that the top continues flat up above my head. And so I can actually sit back here upright. I'm 5'11", not a small guy, and I fit. So that can't be said about all economy cars. Would I want to ride back here for a long time? No. My knees are, in fact, getting smashed, but that's okay. We can, however, hop into the trunk because this is the hatchback and take a look at the extra space found back there. Right around the back of the Chevy Sonic, there's a button here right above the license plate, and there you go. This is the hatchback. Of course, it is a manual hatch. They didn't have power hatches, and you can come in here, you can pull this up. We do get some storage and whatnot, some tie-down hooks, but you do get a lot more vertical space here in the Sonic hatchback. Coming around, we can open this up. We can pull here and push down. Obviously, take this out. There is a little jump up for the rear space, but you can lower the seats, and that's how you do it. Be careful not to get the seat belt stuck. There you go. Click it right back in. So that is the cargo space of the 2018 Chevy Sonic hatchback. Now we gotta talk about the looks, and I think this facelift of the Sonic is miles better than the pre-facelift. I think it is a night and day difference. I think this is Princess Fiona human versus ogre form. I mean, it is so much better. It looks modern. It kind of looks like a baby Chevy SS, which probably mean to say to Chevy SS owners, but I love it. I love the look of this. It's a sporty, fun little hatchback where the pre-facelift just looked awkward. It looked like a pencil pusher with a pen protector. This looks macho. This is someone you'd see at the gym. The facelifted Sonic knows about protein and complex carbohydrates. And the red color's nice. I think the wheels are nice. Overall, it's very presentable, and I like it a lot, a lot. With all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think driving a 2018 Chevy Sonic? Well, I like it a lot. As I mentioned, I don't think it's any surprise. I really, really do like this little car, and it's a shame that they actually killed this off in 2020. I think it has decent features like the Apple CarPlay and backup cameras, very nice. I think it's handsome, I think it's presentable, it's easy to drive, it gets good gas mileage. But the overarching feeling that I get behind the wheel is the fact that economy cars like this, economy hatchbacks, simple cars, didn't need to be boring. This is a non-boring car. It's good to look at. It's okay to drive. I guess what I mean is the fact that economy cars don't have to be soul-sucking. They don't have to be the punchline of a joke. Sure, the Yugo got made fun of a lot, but there's no shame in driving something little and efficient. I feel like a lot of people have shamed these little cars. Oh, look at that little thing. I bet a hamster powers that thing. Maybe it does. Maybe a hamster does power it. I mean, the 1.8 liter ain't far off, but who cares? This will get me to the same locations your Bentley will get me. This will get me the same locations as your Lexus or Lincoln or Infiniti. I could pull up to the country club in this. I might get some looks, but hey, I'm still at the same country club you are. This doesn't feel as much like a punishment as other economy cars do. It doesn't feel like GM went, ugh, fine, here's your flippin' car. Where in reality, it is pretty much what they did, but it doesn't feel that way. This doesn't feel like I did something naughty and now I'm being punished. It just is a car, and it's a relatively fine one at that. It's transportation, it's 4 wheels and a heater, and that's what I like about this. It's a constant reminder that it doesn't need to be shabby in order to be economical. I like that a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to North Naperville Autos for letting me borrow their Chevy Sonic for today's video. They're absolutely wonderful. Please go check out their inventory found in the description below. I have filmed many of their vehicles. This is just the flavor of the day, and I have to say it's a pretty good one. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.